to go to the last lock in the nomination, Victor Matfield. I think, do you see with Victor, like, a lot of people know that the youngsters now are watching the Springboks. They're used to seeing him in commentary, but all I can say about Victor is, what a player.
Dude, the first time I got introduced to rugby, Victor was one of those players. I saw him in every newspaper, every sports magazine. One of my teammates is a scrum half, but his favorite player was Victor Matfield. I started watching the game as well, but at that time, Super Rugby, and I was just immensely impressed by seeing a tall man with such good skill. Like, his offloads for me at the time I was very impressed by his line running. A lot of my friends like, hey, well, line, got Victor, line, so I was very, very impressed by, how smart, Victor played the game. You know what I mean? And he's willing and wanting to always win. I don't think, especially when it comes to when he is wearing the Springbok jersey, he does not. You know what I mean? Like, when you play when a player plays, he does not want to lose. He's always, wanting to just give more than 100%. So very, very impressed by Victor. World-class player. I mean, we all know him, and he's one of the best lock pairings with him and Mbakis. There's a reason why he's the man that he is.
Fudge, you saw Victor at practice every day and at game time. Fudge, the first question I asked you, was there anything more dangerous in South African rugby than hearing the global Eddie van die Fulafri, Victor Matfield standing in front of the charge, hair soaking wet, scrum cap here? You just knew.
You knew what's going to happen.
Nothing more dangerous than that.
Mate, it's the first thing you look at on team sheets for a very long time in world rugby was this Victor Matfield on the sheet, because your game plan changes immediately. The work he did, even outside of the laptop and line-out research, he did a lot of work in terms of figuring teams out, breaking down their defensive patterns, breaking down their attack patterns as well. He drove a lot of the attack. I think him and Fourie du Preez was just an insane combo. A lot of people don't think that Victor Matfield had a lot to do with how we planned attack and defense. And it just made life so much easier for Fourie, Never mind the line-out brilliance. The brilliance, as you're mentioning now, Juicy, went throughout the way he played, which is why he'd challenge himself. And I think that's something very key to understand about Victor Matfield. The gaming, the mentality of he just doesn't want to lose. If we took out cards and played Crazy 8 now, Victor probably never played it before in his life. It'll take him watching that game for once, and he'll be a competitor. Loves winning. And it's the small things. Loves beating the man to the defensive line, beating the player to the line-out, winning a line-out, hates losing line-outs. Great player, great mentality. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand, what it takes to be able to do that. The confidence you have to have, even though the whole world is watching you. You know what I mean?
He had a swag about him.
The belief, the belief you have to have. And again, a number 5 lock doesn't shine alone. A lot of the work has to do with the relationship you build, the professional relationship you build with your props, with your hooker, with your scrum half, with your fly off. Because remember, your fly off is kicking. Yeah. So you can see, hey, the guy's having a bad game, mate. You're not kicking it out, or our lineouts aren't really clicking right now. Let's change it up a little bit, Or hey, these guys, we're going to take all of their lineouts. Let's kick for touch the whole time. Let's force them to kick into touch, force them in their 22 so they kick out. We're going to steal the ball. Great leader. He didn't captain very much. If you think about him, he didn't really captain very much. I don't think he enjoyed having the captaincy armband too often. He preferred to just sort of be a team player and stick to him being the cement between all the bricks. And I think that speaks a lot to his character as well, So just an incredible person,
But even like you mentioned, he wasn't. I know you got quite a few caps as Springbok captain, but the Bulls, obviously, probably the greatest captain. I mean, I think because how he led them, at the greatest success the Blue Bulls ever seen is under Victor. But Ricky, Victor was one of those guys, like I haven't Fudge mentions that can disrupt your whole game plan. Yeah. But for the scrum half, you're like having a guy like Victor, because what he did with lineouts is exceptional. He made it an art form. He made it a skill work where other sides, the guys, we need to step our game because Victor is playing. Lineouts no longer just hope, two ball in the front, 4 ball. There's spins. There's a certain way of reading tape, understanding how to play it, and it must be a dream for you to see. It's your job a lot easier as a scrum half now because of guys like Victor.
You call it rugby IQ.
Yeah,
and I think that is. It would be a dream to have played with someone like that makes your life. I mean, you mentioned the partnership Iman Fourie had in really. It's like they can anticipate 2 steps, 3 steps ahead. Be it in the line, be it on attack, and Fudge is very right. Victor played a massive role in making Fourie shine and vice versa, because again, understanding the game, thinking 2 steps ahead, where the space will be, what. Deciphering the opposition. So I would have loved to play with him just because of that IQ, that thinking, being the eyes for the scrum half as well as a number 9. So I think playing against him would be an absolute nightmare because he will make life difficult for you. But playing with him would probably just be a dream.
Yeah.
I wonder when you get Victor and ask him what was in the thing. Yeah, it needs to come out and tell.
Fudge,
what was in the? Was it under regulation? If not, we can.
No, mate. Look, I don't know what is in there. I'd never ask him what was in there. You know, otherwise he'd tell me no. It's Bakkies Puerta's little thing is in there to unleash the beast. You know, but geez, man, Bakkies Puerta also made Victor Matfield shine a lot. You know, and again, it just comes down to how he was able to manage people in the team.
Yeah.
Fantastic, man. Geez, what a play. He was right. I think he was usually 1 or 2 in the 800 meter. So you do like your sprints, your bleep test and all of that. Yeah. And then there was this thing we do at the Bulls where you'd run a 400 meter and then you'd run an 800 meter as well. And jeepers, he was just always in the pursuit of excellence. The way he took care of his body. He had to lose a lot of weight as well before he was a number 5. Heineke Meyer, took him out of, was it Kimberley or small town somewhere?
It was, he
was still quite a heavyweight, and I believe he was looking to maybe even becoming a national cricket player at a stage. Very good cricketer. Again, 5 locks.
Yeah,
they can do everything. They can do everything, mate. They can do everything, mate. So yeah, I have no idea what was in that thing over there, mate.
No, Victor must come out and tell us his trap.
But that's a great question, actually.
We need to find out, but talk about that. I mean, Victor also, had all the skill. I mean, like, if you look at his clips here, I mean, like this is peak Victor, 2010.
You're lying.
Man,
Come on.
Guy, bro.
Come on.
That's skill, huh? That's 6.
That is too much.
Hey.
That's
excellent.
The pick up from the rack, chip.
So remember, when you are racking, mate, for that 10, 15 seconds before that rack, you're thinking about where you need to go. You are burning. You're burning because you're running, you're sprinting there, right? He gets there. Then he still has the presence of mind to say, hey, man, these guys are sleeping. They're busy breathing. Let me just crack through the middle. The chip and the pass under pressure. Come on.
And Kooks, I'm glad in your homework, you got this clip for us. It shows that 3 steps ahead, 2 steps ahead, what Victor, what he sort of has as a weapon, that rugby IQ we speak of. So
I think Victor Brook, he was always chipping that. He run him a good appeal, but he's like, no, I'm always chipping it. But guys, it's that time now. It's time for us to vote for our who's making our dream team. Fudge, you are okay.
It's been so nice going through some of these players, man. But
who are you picking, Fudge? The fans, the people at home want to know. They want to scan the QR code. They want to say, I'm picking this player because Fudge said so, because Fudge is the expert. Fudge, who are you picking?
Because Fudge is under him, played, Sure, Fudge.
I'll listen to you first, don't worry.
Look, guys, I don't want to be unfair because I got to play and be around that Blue Bulls environment with Victor there, I got to see Sos there and then watch how he took some of those lessons to the Lions, and pretty much that was the beginning of an amazing career and a unique one as well with Franco Mostert. But I must say, guys, Mark Andrews, you know, that childhood hero, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you're 8 years old, you're watching the thing, you've just started playing rugby, you know, you don't know what position you play, and everyone hates being in the tight 5 when you're 8, you know what I mean? But then you see a Mark Andrews with the band, you know, you're right, with the band. You know, so many amazing experiences.
Fudge was trying
Must I pick it? I'm trying to justify myself. I'm trying to justify myself here. You know? But
Justify yourself.
It's very difficult for me to not pick Victor Matfield. Changed the game in terms of lineouts, made a set piece that has so many complexities, simplified it, and had a lot of people talking about it. And I think it was better for the game as a whole. Victor Matfield. And what a way to put a cherry on top with that little chip and chase there. Excellent homework, Kooks. Yes, Dango, that's my vote.
Ricky?
Yeah, I would have wanted to be biased here because playing with Sous and knowing what he... Must I go with Sous, maybe? No. I think what justifies Victor, for the longest time, he was the Bok with the most caps until Ibn surpassed him. So, yeah, I think that justifies him to be part of the Bok Dream Team.
Juicy?
Gentlemen, I'm sorry. Victor. For me, not taking anything away from, you know, our other picks here, but, you know, for me, it's a solid Victor Matfield, you know. As I said, you know, as you mentioned as well, those memories, starting to, you know, play rugby, getting introduced to the game, you know, he has been that guy for me, you know what I mean? All over the place, newspapers, also the way that he played, you know, I mean, is a fantastic leader as well. But I think when you talked about the leadership of not him being able to captain as much, I think, you know, with certain things, you become a leader where you are.
Hey,
Come on, you don't need a title.
Winning wins.
To be a leader. So I don't think for him, he didn't need the name captain for him to be a leader. He's, you know what I mean, the way that he works with his teammates, you know, the human element that you said.
And whenever he got it, rising to the occasion, you know.
Exactly. So I think with those qualities for me, outside his skill set, outside his rugby IQ, Victor for me is an obvious choice.
It's hard not to go against Victor. That's my vote as well.
Is that your vote?
Come on, man. Come on,
Victor,
man.
I mean, I think, like you said, for me, it's as simple as he gets in my world rugby of all goats at number 5. I think he's the greatest number 5 to have played the game. Just a class above, changed the game. And I know that the people at home are probably thinking that it's another clean sweep for all of us. We've all said Victor. The last position we all said Eben, then we said France. But next week it's gonna it gets heated next week because you know we're getting into probably the most iconic jersey in South African rugby, number 6 jersey, and there's some some captains, coaches who have worn that jersey. So it is going to be tense next week.